So we have already created a Databricks setting earlier. We are going to demonstrate you like which setting you should do with it, and you can utilize it. So we will just launch the workspace, and we will like go inside this workspace, and we will start using it. So to signing in, just click on it, and it will sign you automatically here. So you can see here we have created some notebooks, PySpark day 1, day 2, and this is the basically whole Databricks standard addition you can see, which we are going to use for this training. So in standard edition, we are getting many options like workspace, where you can store your notebook. You can create a folder, or you can set up your Git account here, or you can do ML flow experiment like machine learning experiment, or you can store an even file also. Okay. Then we have recent, where you can see the recent activities of on which file you have worked and all. Then you have catalog, which is a Hive catalog, where you can basically work with Hive meta store. Okay. So we have stopped this cluster. We will start it. We will see a cluster we have created, and we will also see how we can create another cluster. Okay. Workflows are nothing but jobs. Once we done with any notebook or any task, we will combine it together, and we will create some job, and we will show you, demonstrate you. Compute is the location where you can create your cluster. So I have created E2 cluster. If you want to create, you just go to create compute. You will have multiple options like a single user, and then you have you need to select for which purpose you want the compute. So Databricks runtime version you want for which purpose. Like here you can see, if you select the 9.1 long-term support LTS, then you will get Spark 3.1.2. But if you select 15, then you will get latest Spark 3.5. So it will depend on your requirement, your user requirement, your client requirement, business requirement, and you can select any one of them. Okay. Then you need to select, if you want do some ML experiment or machine learning work, then you can select from here. It will provide you some GPU level of Databricks runtime version. Okay. Then you can select photon acceleration that is required for it will accelerate the Apache Spark workload. That is for if you are working on large amount of data. Then worker type, you can select standard or the memory or core as per your requirement. Suppose you want memory optimized, you can select any of them. If you want general purpose, then you can select any of them. Then you can select the worker and minimum and maximum worker for auto scaling. So if you remove it, enable auto scaling, then it will disappear from here. So if you enable auto scaling, then you can select a worker suppose I will select here three worker. If minimum worker should be like one and the maximum should be three, then also I can select the spot instances. So it will reduce the price. You can see basically it save the cost. And if your spot instances are not available due to some reason, then on-demand instances will be available. Okay. So you can select the driver as same as worker, or you can select as per your requirement. Then you should be careful with this option, terminate after 120 minutes. 120 minutes is so much time as I believe. So just select 10 or 20 here. 10 is fine. Like after 10 minutes of activity, it will be terminated. Okay. So you just select 10. Okay. At least 10 you should select. Then once you click on compute, create compute, it will start creating for you. You can also add the key or value pair. And in the advanced options, you can see you can add some Spark related configuration, like while starting the Spark, what configuration you want, or some Python variables you want, then you can also add here. For logging also, you can add like DVFS location, which location you want to store the cluster logs. These things you can select here. Some initialization script also you can add, which will trigger the Spark functionality once it will be initialized. Okay, once the cluster will be initialized. So you can see our D cluster, which we have created, it's like about to start. Okay, we have already selected the spot instance for it, and we have removed the auto scaling because for training it's not required. We have selected one worker, and it is similar as the driver and worker. Both are similar. 14 GB memory, four cores we have selected, and 10.4 long-term support we have selected. We needed 3.2 Spark for this training, and these things we have basically selected. Then you can go to job run. Basically it have multiple options like machine learning and data engineering. So you can see here, this is the data engineering option. Then we have machine learning option also. So machine learning we are not covering in this session, so we are focusing on data engineering only. In data engineering, we are going to see the jobs in the future videos, upcoming videos. Then we will see all the jobs here. Okay, so that's all things related with you can say settings, Databricks setting, which you need to do before starting your work. Okay, And any specific setting, I will say, like suppose you are creating some notebook, so it should be like you create a folder. Like suppose you are working in a project name ABC, then create a folder of it, and inside that create your files. That will be easier for you to understand that, okay, in the ABC files, like ABC notebook is this. Okay, so I have created that. Now if you go to workspace, you will see under ABC folder, we have ABC notebook, this notebook, okay, which is Python. If you want, you can look for any other also. That's not a problem. Like SQL also you can select. Okay, so default language is Python, but you can select as per your requirement. Like I will select SQL, then also it will work. Okay, and you need to connect this with the cluster to run it. Like D cluster is up and running, you just connect it, then only it will run. Like I will do select data, and I will do control enter, it will run. Okay. Okay, show me notification. Now you can see the SQL is working here. So where is the SQL running basically? It's running on top of Spark data frame. Okay, so PySpark data frame. So Spark job has been initialized and it's run that SQL, and we got some output as row. Okay, so that's the thing. That's the settings basically you need to do while working on the Databricks. Okay, so one more important thing I want to consider in this session is, like, suppose you want to create a Databricks from the beginning. So how you will create it? I have created it earlier, but if you want to create it, then you can click on this option which we have seen just now, create Databricks. Once you go to Databricks, then you need to fill this form. You need to select the subscription. You need to add a resource group. You need to name the workspace and select the region, then select the premium, like pricing tier. So I have selected this course I'm recording for standard, okay, where I needed Apache Spark, and it should be secure with the Microsoft Entra ID, which is basically Microsoft like Azure directory, you can say. Earlier it was, now it's named as Entra ID. So this will provide me some access, specific access only. Premium is like role-based access. Suppose you are working in a project where multiple teams are working, like DevOps team is there, data engineering team is there, machine learning team is there. Then they will provide you role-based access. And if you are want to utilize this for free, then you can go for trial. It will give you 14 days free trial for database, so Databricks usage. Okay, and you once you fill it, you need to go to networking, then you need to select as per your requirement, then go to encryption, go to security, tags, review, and create plus review. Once you click on create plus review, it will take at least 5 minutes, and it will show you, okay, the deployment has been done, and then you will be able to see this Databricks here. And once you will able to see here, you will see this URL. Click on the URL or launch the workspace, and it will open it for you. Okay, so that's the way of basically Databricks settings, you can see. And if you want to see the logs of Databricks, yeah. So now you can see this Hive meta storage working. Earlier it was not showing, right? So you can add data from here as per your requirement. Okay, so that many things you can do with Databricks. Okay, like you can modify the tables, you can add any other integrate any other solution you want, like whether it's Cassandra, Snowflake, JDBC, Kafka. It's depending on your how you want to add the data source. So that you can do with Databricks here. So that's all about the how to set it up, the Databricks on your Azure environment. If somebody will ask you, then you can explain it now. Okay, so let's continue with us, and let's meet in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this session.